Good day, Market Chameleons, and everyone joining us for the first time. Thanks for coming by and checking out the Market Chameleon webinar series. Before we get started, let's take a look at the shared disclaimer. Be aware that neither Market Chameleon, Demetri, or myself are registered investment advisors or broker-dealer. If you're searching for investment advice, please reach out to a licensed professional. This webinar, as all webinars and shows, are for informational purposes concerning Market Chameleon tools and products. With that, one last look at the disclaimer, and let's welcome Demetri to the stage. He's going to be talking about screening option volume by expiration. How you doing, Dima?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Morning. So we're going to looking at screening option volume today, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get your
navigate
screen
to my
up.
screen.
Yep.
And I'll take you to a screener, and then we'll do some examples. But the idea behind today's examples are how to screen for options volume anchored by a particular expiration. So to do that, up top, let's go to the menu under options, or I'm sorry, under screeners. We see this options by expiration. Let's click on that. And this takes us to a screener, and you can see it's by expiration month. So if we go down to the table, what you'll see is, the stock symbol, stock name, stock price change, and then an expiration date that reflects the option expiration with the corresponding data for that option expiration. So you can see here that days till expiration, at the money implied volatility, at the money IV change, and so forth. So what we wanted to do today is look for particular option, we'll filter by the volume, because you could see here this first one, TFLO, it didn't have any option trading or volume in this October 17th expiration. Okay, so there are lots of different securities listed for trading options. They have different expiration, different strikes, but not all of those options have trading activity. So even though the options exist and there's the market makers in them and there are quotes, but maybe there's no trading. So if there is no trading, we might want to filter those out and look for places where we see trading activity so we could do further research. And to do that, we could use some of our filters or sorting. So if we come up here and we look for where was the option volume right here. And let's say we click on this and we're looking for expirations that have, at least 5,000 or 10,000 contracts. So we could look for things, let's say over 10,000 contracts. And by doing that, we click here. Now we have 545 different items in here that display the stock symbol and an option expiration with more than 10,000 contracts traded in that expiration. And there could be multiple expirations for a symbol that has over 10,000 contracts traded in it. Let's see if we could type in something like SPY in search. So you could see SPY has many options expirations that have over 10,000 option contracts. So I'm going to let go of this just to bring us back to the filtered 545 items. And if we wanted to look for maybe something unusual here, for example, let's take a look at the let's go to stats. So I'm on the stats. So you have these different tabs. We're going to click on stats. And on these stats, we see a little bit more breakdown of that volume. And here we see percentage of the volume that were in the puts. So now we have this SATS symbol, 12,162 contracts traded total in this August 29th expiration. 85% of that volume were in the puts. So if we sort these, right now we have option volume over 10,000, and we could see the percentage of that volume that were in the puts, meaning the remaining were in the calls. So if we were looking for maybe high put volume, this is one way to do it. And now we could see here's a stock symbol, PSEC, had over 10,066 contracts traded on the November 21st expiration. 99.4% of that volume, almost all of it, were put contracts. Okay. If we do it the other way, let's say 0% were put, that means that all these were call options. So GTLB had 60,885 contracts traded on the June 18th, 2026 expiration. So this is a leap. And all of those options were call options. Okay. If we wanted to look at where the volume itself in that expiration exceeds the open interest. So let me see if the open interest is over here. So over here, you can see GTLB, 60,000 contracts traded. The open interest at the start of the day was 8,500. So we could see much greater than the open interest. Maybe something's going on. New positions are getting established. It's another way to take a look at if there's something unusual or something interesting that might catch your eye. So we could use this filter here, volume above open interest. So now we have 55 different items in here. So you can see here, these volumes are greater than the open interest at the start of the day. With this, we could also combine the volume with the impact to the implied volatility in that expiration. So you could see here where sometimes the implied volatility is down, sometimes the at-the-money implied volatility is up in that expiration. So you could do a combination of things where, you know, maybe you're looking for, we're going to leave these two filters where the implied volatility is up on a day. So we could do this and we could say, well, the implied volatility increased by more than 20%. If we click on that, now we have these 5 candidates. So you could see here where implied volatility increased by more than 20%. The total volume in these specific expirations exceeded 10,000 contracts, and that volume is above the open interest. So here, the story kind of is telling us, hey, there's trading going on in these expirations and these stocks. It looks like the trading itself, activity, the volume exceeded the open interest at start of day, and the impact on the at-the-money implied volatilities is higher, implying that there's pressure on or demand to bid up option premiums. Okay. So that's kind of the picture using these 3 filters that we were able to filter out. There are 5 of these instances. Maybe we're going the other way. Maybe we're trying to look at places where the implied volatility or the premiums are getting sold, we could go to the at the money IV and say, let me see where at the money implied volatility in this expiration is down by more than 20%. Click on that, and now we see two places where that happened, and both of these were really in the 0 DTEs, which could also be just the decay on that day. So this is actually one more thing I'll show you. Let's say we come back to these original 55 using these two filters. If we're looking for expirations maybe that are further out or closer, we could use these filters and say we're looking for things that are further out, maybe 40 days or more. Click on that. And now we have these 4 candidates where the expirations that we filtered out have more than 40 days out and meet the other conditions of the volume and the volume relative to the open interest. So, Will, I'm going to stop there. I wanted to show a couple different ways to filter out the volume based on or anchored on the option expiration.
Yeah, D, we just had a question. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have really. Can you just show them how you get to the option screener by expiration report again?
Yeah, so up top under the menu screeners, if you hover over that, go to options by expiration.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you, Demetri, for bringing this webinar to us. Again, another great daily webinar. We will have a webinar tomorrow. And everyone have a safe trading day. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Stay safe out there. We hope to see you tomorrow.
All right. Have a great trading day, D. Bye. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining the Market Chameleon webinar series. For those following on the social platforms, make sure your thumbs up are always appreciated, particularly on YouTube. If you're joining us for the first time and haven't checked out the Market Chameleon, go, and we have a 7-day free trial, so check that out. Everyone have a great, safe trading day, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.